Well, I'm back. It's just after 5 p.m. on Thursday, 14th of August. Left Bangkok at 10, so a 7-hour drive. I've done about 25 hours in the last 4 days since I was last here. Picked up the durian, took it up to where we sell it, back to Bangkok, and then back to here again. Okay, I'm at the track pool. I can see the camera on the tree there behind. Still plenty of water in the pool. There, the big pool over there behind me. Right, I'm just going to get my laptop set up and get the files off of these cameras around here as quickly as I can. I've got about an hour before it gets dark. You can hear Nai cutting the grass over here as well, where we're trying to establish a bit of meadow land. So we've started a regime here of cutting this grass very frequently to try to kill off this very, very rampant grass. I don't know the English name. It's what they use for the roofing around here. But it's very tough. It's not very good for wildlife, and we would like to grow something like we have on the track, which the Burmese hares and other animals can actually eat. It's a softer grass. This is like the Malay grass kind of thing. And it's growing on the track because, we cut it and we keep it short here. So we're going to try and replicate that in that meadow area there. Just one of the things, ongoing work that we have to try to keep going the whole time. That's what Nai is working on now. Okay, got myself set up. I've collected 2 of the cameras, track pool and big pool. And I'm going to need to get on and get the files copied. There's thunder coming. If rain comes, I'll have to clear all of this into the car. I can still do it in the car, of course, but it'll just make it more awkward to collect the cameras in. So I'll get on and start copying these files. Right, just making my way to the track camera that we call it, that's on the middle track near to where we've got like a crossroads of tracks. Oh, this is the one with the broken monitor, of course, so I don't know how many clips there are on there, if any. But obviously, I'll need to take the chip back to find out for sure. So let's just swap those over. Get a new one in. At least it's still recording images for us. Blue-winged pitta, right in front of me. Fantastic. This is one area where we didn't find a nest, but we knew the birds were here because we hear them calling down here. Oh, terrific. I think we found in the end 5 nests on the land this year, but only in an area that we kind of spend most time in. So I estimate there might have been up to 20 from the calling that we heard.
Here at the last camera at Pangolin Tree, and unbeknown to me at this time, as I pull my flashlight out there, my car key flies out of my pocket into the bushes behind, with rain and darkness not far away. What a dunce.
Well, would you believe it? Not much on the cameras, and then having come back from getting the chips out of the last 2, I realize I've dropped my car key somewhere. So we're faced with having my camera and my gear outside, and can't get it into the car, and can't go back in the car because I can't find the key. It'll be dark in about half an hour, so I'm just going to call Nai over and see if we can find it. You Nai?
ครับจะ
โอ้
หายากนะครับไม่ใช่ง่าย
ยังไม่เห็นอีกอ่ะโอ้ Okay, well, would you believe it? Nai just found it. I said he had sharp eyes. There it is.
This tree seems to be very popular with a wide range of animals. A grey-bellied squirrel here. A birdmorse or Indo-Chinese ground squirrel. And a northern tree shrew. But the next clip illustrates the importance of watching these clips right through. You never know what might pop up in the background. A red-legged crake again this year. Wonderful. Now here, our big story of the last few weeks. A golden jackal has turned up on the land. This is actually the 8th of August at around 8 p.m. The monitor is broken on this camera, so I can't adjust the time and date. Here on the 12th, in the middle of the day. Again on the 14th, obviously this jackal is very active searching for food, and again on the 15th at around the same time of day. We hadn't seen many signs of the wild boar during the early part of August and thought they might have left, but now here on the 15th, clearly these three little piggies are still here. Note the time at the bottom. It is not correct, but it helps us to see that just 3 minutes later, the jackal is following. Not hunting, I'm sure, but perhaps hoping to pick up some scraps, maybe. Up to Big Pool now, and a pair of white-throated kingfisher are always around this pool. This one seems to be catching water insects, perhaps dragonfly larvae. Many birds also come here to bathe, a bee-eater in the background perhaps. Now look at this. On the rock at the back, a small kingfisher, presumably a common rather than blue-eared kingfisher in this open situation, but very early for this winter visitor. White-fronted waterhen as well, of course. And once again, look at the far shore. A pair of lesser whistling ducks have started to visit Big Pool. At night, question mark, showing her hunting technique. And as she turns, we see the telltale question mark on her flank. And another new visitor for us, a little grebe. Stunning! A few hours later, on the same day, and in fact I saw this bird here at around about 4 p.m. later this day. Over to Track Pool and the adult male that we are calling Coco, on account of the many C-shaped markings on his flanks. And here one of our old friends from Rocky Pool, our female large Indian civet, which I have yet to name. This is Tadpole, an immature male, perhaps the son of question mark and Coco. Question mark, snapping up frogs. And at last, my first photographic record of a pair of barred button quail. and the jackal once more. And on the last night of this trip, here is a small Indian civet that we have named Ziggy. He looks nervous. I wonder if the jackal is a threat to him.
The issue at the moment is that we have this golden jackal in the land. Now, we know last month that 4 or 5 golden jackals were seen outside eating a carcass. And a few days later, we started picking up images of one inside the land. And it's still here wandering about, but it's on its own. And it occurs to me that possibly somehow it's managed to get in, forcing its way under the fence somewhere or through one of the drainage ditches, but it can't find its way out again. I'm not sure. During these last couple of weeks, while we've seen the jackal, we have seen much less of all of the civets and no leopard cats for quite some time, or Burmese hare. So we'd actually like to help this jackal get out, if possible, if that's the problem, if it's stuck in here. Anyway, long story short, I've just taken the new camera. This is a trail camera that I bought online, just about £25 for one of these, compared to, you know, about 180, 190 for the Browning that I normally use. Plus I'd have to go and get them from the UK or pay a big import duty when they arrive, that kind of stuff. I just bought this for £25 online. Had a look at the images. They're not too bad. No, not good probably for broadcast, but good enough for collecting data and seeing what's moving about. And I could buy a whole bunch of these and have a lot more eyes around the land for the same money. So that's what I'm going to do while I'm waiting to see if I get my next grant to buy more of the good cameras. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to leave this gate open tonight, and we're going to put this camera on this tree and just monitor what's coming in or going out, and just to see if that jackal manages to find the open gate and go out, assuming it's stuck in here. I've always seen them in pairs before. They were seen as a small group previously, so that I think it probably is, and there won't be, this area isn't big enough, I think, to sustain an animal like that, and it's no good it being on its own either. Right, so I'm going to prepare this tree and get ready to see if something goes in or out during the night. Be interesting to see in the morning. Well, nothing came through the gate during the night, but there was torrential rain, so perhaps that was the reason. I'm sorry, I got the price of the camera a little bit wrong there in the clip. It's actually 1,360 baht, which comes out at about £31, but still substantially cheaper than something like the Brownings that I've been using. I could buy many of these for the cost of one of those cameras. We had $175 donated to the park through our Buy Me a Coffee page that you can see here over the last 3 months. So I'm going to use that money for these cameras. I bought one as an example just to check what the quality was like, and it's good enough. It's good enough for collecting data. So I've just ordered another 3 of those cameras. So it'll be a total of 4 to use up that money that we've taken through the Buy Me a Coffee page in the last 3 months. So a big thank you to Ken, Jen and Marshy, I hope I've said that correctly, please let me know if I haven't, who donate monthly, and also to Phil, Daisy and Guige, who have donated in the last 3 months. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for your support, and it really is that these contributions that are enable us to increase the work, which is really what we want to do here at the park. The running costs of the park I can meet from the sale of organic fruit and the rubber that we get, but we would like to do so much more, including increasing the amount of camera trapping that we're doing in the park. So if you would like to be part of the project as well, please consider making a donation through the Buy Me a Coffee page. I've put a link in the description below the video, and I'll see you again next time.